Okay, everyone, on YouTube, I'm heading to the gym, driving through the subdivision over here. I'm driving while I'm holding the phone. Maybe I won't get caught. They don't really have any police out here. Out here in the subdivision, they don't really have any police. Unless you call them, and I don't even know. They don't have 911 over here. So they don't have 911, so I don't even know the phone number of the police. I probably should have it in my phone, but I don't. I don't even know if they even have a phone. I think everybody over here just has a Telegram or something. It's your personal phone. So I don't have the phone number for the police or the fire department or ambulance. Like I said, they don't have 911 over here. Okay? They don't have 911 over here. So you guys are going to see. I'm going over speed bumps right there. That's why it's like that. They have a lot of speed bumps here in the subdivision, because if they don't, well, they got a lot of children riding around. But they got somebody, watch here. Hang on a second. Now watch this car. He's going to pass me. He's going to pass me because wherever he's going is so damn important. He's going to pass me in the subdivision and then have to slow down for the speed bump. You see right there, he's got to slow down for the speed bump, but he's going to pass me because, well, wherever he's going, he's probably going to go watch Facebook or play a video game or do something with his damn phone. Okay, here we are. We're up here, security. There's our security guy. He's gonna salute me, I guess. I don't know, whatever it is. Anyways, so I'm heading to the gym right now. You can see they got there's the temple I was at yesterday, and there's a road I went down on my bicycle. So I'm just gonna hold the phone right over here on the steering wheel. Maybe I won't hold it on the steering wheel. Maybe I'll just hold it in my hand for as long as I can. Okay, anyways, you guys can see right over here. Like I said, I'm heading to the gym. I'll post this video later over here. All right? Okay. Well, I'm heading to the gym. Go get my little workout on. You guys can see. All right, like I said, once you leave the subdivision, this shit hella nasty out here, man. Look at all the rubbish and stuff, man. Like I said, okay, once you leave the subdivision, it's just shot out, okay? But it's worth living over here. Like I said, it's worth it. For me, it's worth it. Okay? For me, it's worth the $39 a year property tax, no income tax, light bill, $150, $160 a month, cheap vegetables, cheap fruits, cheap meat. As you saw yesterday in that video, there's a cow walking down the road. There's cows all over the place over here, and they take them to the slaughterhouse, and they don't give them any hormones or any of that kind of stuff. So these cows over here are like hella skinny. Okay? These cows over here are like hella skinny. Okay? So, you can see all the trash alongside the road over here. There's somebody on his moto going pretty slow. He's selling oysters or something on the back. That's why he's going so slow. He don't want his little oysters or whatever the hell he's selling to fall off. That's why he's got like that little flat spot on behind his moto. So, anyways, you guys can see right here as I'm going down the road. Okay, you guys see as I'm going down the road. Okay, all the whatever I see, how you guys seeing it too. Well, anyway. All right. Sorry for the shaky camera, but okay. Okay, I'm gonna pass this fool because he's got his little oysters, or he's got something on the back of his damn motor. I don't know what it is, but he's going pretty damn slow. I'll pass his ass up. Okay, you guys can see. Here we go, right here, man. Look at all these places that are closed. They're closed because people open up a business and they have no business model. They have no business knowledge. They have no business of opening a business. They think they can just open something and it's just gonna sell. People are just gonna flock to them, but that's just not how it works. Okay? I've had a couple businesses before, and I researched and I did all kind of stuff first. And I took a business class and all kind of things. And here's a school over here. This is a school. You guys can see right there. There's a school. And the school that I just showed you is like $25 a month. So I don't think you'd want to send your child to a school that only charges $25 a month. Okay? I don't apply at that school because there's no way they're going to pay a teacher, a foreign teacher, any kind of money. They probably only pay the Cambodian teachers a couple $100 a month. And that's just not going to happen for me. Well, anyways, you guys can see everybody's passing me up. Okay, everybody's passing me up over here. They in a rush to get someplace. Okay, here we go. Look, here's a pharmacy right over here. If that's they call them a pharmacy, but what's funny over here is you cannot have marijuana. You cannot smoke weed, edibles, nothing. If they catch you with weed, you're going to be in some deep shit. You're going to have a lot of problems if they catch you with any kind of like cannabis of any kind. Okay? But you can go to the pharmacy without a prescription. Okay? Look, here's that white car that passed me in the subdivision. Now look, they're right in front of me. I don't know what the hell his brain didn't think that. Anyways, you can go to the pharmacy over here and buy. You can see people just going up around. They're going up all around on everywhere. That's just how they drive. Anyways, you can go to the pharmacy over here and buy anything you want. You can go buy Vicodins, Valium, Xanax, whatever medications you want. You just go to the pharmacy and tell them. You don't need a prescription for any medicines over here at all. None whatsoever. Like I said, I take metformin every other day. Helps kind of keep my blood sugar down in the 90s. But I don't have a prescription for it over here. I had one back in the States, but like I said, I just go buy it. They don't ask me any questions. And from time to time, I do buy Xanax, man. I got to admit that. I do buy some Xanax sometimes. Kind of helps me go to sleep at night. But you guys see, here we go. Here's somebody right over here selling something, sandwiches or whatever, right here. You see right there? They're selling food. That's food they're selling. They're selling food. Now you guys see the cluster F that's going on right over here, right? You guys can see the cluster F that's going on right there. I'm not going to use the word. Anyways, you see all these little shops, these little businesses. This is how they make money right over here. Okay, all these little shops, all these little you see all those cans of diesel. That is their truck stop. They don't have truck stops over here. All those cans are filled with diesel fuel, and then they just charge you by the can. It looks like a 5-gallon can, but I'm sure it's liters. I don't know how many liters is in there, but everything over here is metric. So, anyways, that is their truck stop. Okay, that's their truck stop right there. Okay, they don't have truck stops here. You just pull your truck over there, and they charge you by however many of those cans they put in, those however many liters in. It looks like a 5-gallon bucket. Okay. Now we got somebody over here. You see, they ain't got no helmet, no nothing. Now, he's hauling ass. Okay. He's going somewheres important. I don't know where he's going, but he's going somewheres important. Okay. So, like I said, okay. Now see, look, they're building something new over here. I have no clue what it is, but you guys see, look at there you go. There's somebody's house. You see their car? It's parked in there. Okay, there we go. They're selling, I don't know what the hell they're, look, they're selling pants. There's a pants shop right there alongside the road. They're selling pants. Okay, they sell pants on the other side of the street too, just in case you don't buy pants from them. You can buy pants from them right there. Okay, now there's no fitting room, so you're just gonna have to trust that is the correct size. Okay, look, they got pants for sale right there. They got pants for sale right there. Okay, and I stopped to look one time at the pants, just to kind of see what the hell they had. And they have this, it says Levi's on them. Okay? It says Levi's. It's got the Levi little red thing that says Levi's on them. But you pick them up, and as soon as you pick them up, you know they're not Levi's. Okay? They're like some kind of like a polyester or something. I don't know. They're definitely not a jean material. So, here we go. Like I said, this is what I see when I go to the gym. Now, I want you guys to look at all this rubbish over here. Look at that. Man, environmentalists. Where are you environmentalists at over here protesting, man? Where are you environmentalists over here when there's all this rubbish on the street? Okay. Anyways, you guys can see right over here, there's one of those little PASSAP carts right here in front of me, right here. He's pulling over with the other PASSAPs. Look at all the nice little beautiful rubbish, man. You see how they're living. Okay? Like I said, if you're going to come to Cambodia and think it is some kind of a tropical paradise, it's not. Okay? This is what they don't show you when they're making their little TikTok videos and all that shit in the downtown area, because nobody comes out here. Foreigners seldom come out here. Okay? There might be half a dozen foreigners live out here in this area. Okay? You can see right here in front of me, there's somebody selling vegetables or something. Okay? In the back of there. And there's an individual driving that little cart, and in the back is a mom and a baby. And I'm going to pass them, and you guys can see right here. What kind of a dumb-ass lady would marry a guy who has to drive around a little cart all day trying to sell vegetables? And not only was she stupid enough to marry his ass, but she had a kid with him. Because let me tell you what happens. Okay? When they have a wedding over here, okay, 9 months later, there's a baby coming out. Okay? That's the first one. And then, however long it is, I don't know, maybe a year or so later, there's another baby coming out. Okay? Next thing you know, they got 3 or 4 kids, and they're living in a, well, I don't even want to call it a house. Okay? Over here, on this other side, is a new school. Okay, now the school is right next to a massage parlor. Okay, and when I first came over here, I thought they were real massages. You know what I'm saying? But they're not. My wife tried to tell me they're not. They weren't real massage parlors. And I said, it says massage. And she says, well, that's not what it is. Now, you guys can see over here along the train tracks, you can see all the rubbish. right? You can see all the trash, all the rubbish. I'm sure there's some straws in there, you environmentalists. There's going to be some dead turtles, okay? There's going to be some dead turtles, okay? You see up here, right here. You see the girl in the red, okay? She is, when the girls wear a dress, sometimes they can't sit on the moto like a normal. So they ride like side saddle on that moto, okay? They ride side saddle on the back of a moto, okay? There was that same white car that had to pass me back over there in the subdivision. Now, I'm getting ready to pass him. You guys can see the cluster F that's going on right over here. Okay? Okay? You guys can witness the insanity of the driving over here. Okay? That's why I just go to the gym, about the only place I ever really drive to. Okay? I drove into town to go buy that thing for my bicycle. But I really don't much care to drive over here. Okay? I really, really much don't care to drive over here. Okay? Okay, so let's see over here. Okay. You can see over here, they got these security guards standing out there to tell you where to park and to back you out. Okay? Before, they had a nightclub over here, and it was called Good Luck Nightclub. And they had girls sitting out there. I'll let you guys figure out what they were doing. But anyways, they had a whole stream of girls sitting out there. And the name of the nightclub was Good Luck Nightclub. And I saw some of those girls sitting out there, and I didn't really think that was too good of luck. Okay, look, they're setting up like a little carnival in the dirt. Right here, here you go. There's a carnival in the dirt. Okay, you guys can see over here. Let's see over here. Okay, now you see this big old building over here. Okay, you guys can see that building over there. Now that building has been under construction since I've been here. Okay, it's never been finished. I don't know who owns it, but evidently they have run out of money. Okay, you guys see the cluster over here. Okay, okay. This is their idea of traffic right here. Okay. You just kind of go whenever you want to go, and you just kind of do whatever you want to do as far as the driving. Okay, so we're almost over here to the gym. You see that tall building over there? That's kind of where the gym is, right over here. So, anyways, I'm going to keep the camera on as long as I can. Like I said, they don't never have no police out here. They don't. Okay? They just don't have any police out here. Okay. Okay. You guys can see how jacked up the roads are. Okay. You guys can see it right over here, man. These are some jacked up roads, man. These are some jacked up roads over here. Okay, like I said, they make their roads out of cement, and if you look at the sides of the road, there's no place for the water to go. Okay, so when it rains over here during monsoon season, water goes underneath the cement, and when it does, a truck goes over it because there's nothing underneath the cement, because the water has hydrostatically pushed that dirt out. Okay, look, here we go, right here, man. Where's the environmentalists? Where's the environmentalists? Right there, man. Look at that shit. Look at how. Okay, you guys can see. Look at all the trash, man. You want to ban your? Look at that. Every time I see that shit, I think about the straws that they banned You got to have a paper straw or a metal straw or glass straw, whatever the hell they got to have now. Anyways, you guys see like this building over here? This building will more than likely stay like that for years. Okay? What happens is people start a project over here and they're so financially illiterate, they don't know they don't have enough money to finish it. So they just go as far as they can with it and then it just stops. Okay? And then it will just sit there until somebody buys it that has the money to finish the project. Okay. Okay. Like I said, almost over here to the gym, man. Okay. Almost over here to the gym. I got to make a left-hand turn, so I'm going to change hands with my phone. Okay. Now here's another cluster F right over here because there's no traffic lights. There's no nothing. Okay? There's no nothing. I just got to sit over here and wait until I can go, okay? Which is right now, okay? Okay. Look, you got some shirts right here, man. You don't need no mall. Look, here's their mall right over here, man. Like I said, I'm kind of making fun of it, but this is what I see every day, okay? When I go to the gym, okay? Look, he's going around this big old pothole in the road. Okay? Look, there's a Lucky Market right over there, Lucky's. Okay, Lucky Market. That's a nice little grocery store, but most people don't shop there. It's mostly like for foreigners or people have a little bit of money because it's kind of expensive. But this is nice. I shop at Lucky's. Okay. Now this dude over here, I have no idea where he's going or what he's doing. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. His moto is probably out of gas. Okay? They have that problem a lot over here. These people that they don't have the intelligence to put gas in their damn car or in their moto. Okay? Sometimes the gas gauge doesn't work and they just kind of guess. Okay, here we go. I'm getting ready to go to the gym right now, so I'm going to shut my phone off. You guys can see right over here. Let's see. Okay.